So looking through my YouTube videos this morning, I realised 2 years since I've done a review on this bike. And that was after owning it for 2.5 years. So 4.5 years I've had this, the Honda CBR 954 RR FireBlade. FireBlade with a big B. If you don't know why it's got a big B or a capital B, because of its association with Tadeo Baba, who designed the original FireBlade back in 1992 and was head of the development of the FireBlade, capital B, up until this bike, the last 900cc FireBlade. Well, if you round it up, it's not really a 900, it is 1,000, but he built the lightest FireBlade to date, 168 kilograms, 154 brake horsepower, 23.5 degrees angle of rake. Now, if you don't get what that means, it's the angle at which the forks sit in comparison to the frame. If you're looking at turning quick, you have as minimal degree of rake as possible. But obviously, if you do that, you can create an unstable front end. For me personally, got to have a steering damper on a 954. So anyway, 2 years after my first review on YouTube, 4.5 years of ownership, what can I say about it? Well, the biggest point I suppose I can say is I've still got it. After 4.5 years, it doesn't even register to me to replace it, to get something else, to get something more modern. Because what am I going to get? There's this light and this good and all-rounder. So what's so good about the 954? Well, that for a start, because it's an inline 4, the power is absolutely everywhere in the rev range. You can ride a FireBlade in 5th gear, 25 mile an hour, with no revs on it. Give it your full throttle. It's going to take a little while to pick up, but it'll go all the way through the rev range. You don't have to chase those gears. This bike is my workhorse, so I'll have this up and down the motorway constantly throughout the summer, down into the New Forest 3 times this year, well twice this year on this, to Sammy Miller's, up to Donington, up to Brands. This bike is just solid. Now, touch wood, in 4.5 years, the only problem I've had with this bike was self-inflicted. A couple of weeks before the first blade meet 2 years ago, I thought I'd be Johnny Big Bollocks and pull a wheelie, and it popped the spark plug out of the number 3 cylinder. Bike got me home, didn't sound fantastic, but it got me home. Grabbed a new spark plug, whacked it in, rode it all the way to Silverstone first for the 30th anniversary of the FireBlade, and then again 2 weeks later for Honda's celebrations of 30 years of the FireBlade. Parade lap of Donington on this just 2 weeks after that. That's the only thing I've had go wrong with this bike. I'm currently on Bridgestone BT016s, which I've found to be a great budget tyre. I've squared this off completely with the motorways. It handles like nothing else. Literally, put it where you want it to go, and it goes there. And the power's endless. I've read people that, you know, they got S1000Rs and that, and they jumped onto one of these. I was reading a guy on Facebook the other day who does track days, he does tuition, and he swapped to one of these to ride him around the track. And he's like, well, it's a bit slower than the S1000RR. Well, it's a 22-year-old bike for a start, compared to a modern day bike. But in reality, I'm sorry, but anyone that can take one of these, even a road version, even an untuned version of one of these on the road, on the track, and can use it to its full potential, you should be racing professionally, because these things are just lightning quick and they handle so well. I don't understand how anyone can say, oh, it's a little bit slower. Oh my god. So let's do a little dig. Front wheel lift in there, just under the power. If you were so inclined, a gentle tug on the bars would see that front end lift. It's undergone a couple of different looks, this bike. I've had stickers all over the wheels. Tyre art pen's been out on it before. Calipers were red at one point. It really has just been such a good part of my biking journey over the last couple of years. It holds my sort of record of top speed back in the old days when I was thinking, what's the fastest I can go? Not that I do that sort of thing anymore, I'm a good boy. 154 brake horsepower, 168 kilograms. 168 kilograms is mad, isn't it? When you think of all the bikes now, I think the S1000RR's 200 kilos, isn't it? I think the 2024 Blade's 200 kilos. No, 180 maybe? It just shows exactly what Baba did with this bike. And when Honda went to 1000cc and brought out in 2004 the CBR 1000RR with the under-seat exhaust, today Baba said goodbye to designing the FireBlade, and the FireBlade became FireBlade with a little b. And for me, I like the 2004 up to 2007 models, but to me, proper FireBlade has a capital B. Everything about the 954 is just easy. Great front brakes, great handling, great engine, quick, lightweight, reliable. That's a massive thing, isn't it? And that's a big word to use. Reliable. What do FireBlades ever have as their known problems? Regulator rectifiers and generators. Okay, touch wood. I haven't got anything wood on this bike, so I just touch the only thing that ever gets wooden. And in this temperature in October, it's about 1 inch at the moment. I've not had them go, either generator or reg rec on this. I did on my 929, but even that, relatively small job, done it myself, done it on cheap, nice and easy. Yeah, they're slow apparently. You can pick these up now for silly money. I paid £2,500 for this in around February, March of 2020. They are still around £2,500–3,000. Mine at the time had around 21,000 miles on it. It's now got 33,000 miles on it. So I'm averaging what, 2,500–3,000 miles a year on this. So in summary, the Honda CBR 954RR FireBlade with a big B is a lightweight, quick, powerful, cheap, reliable, gorgeous looking bike that you will not regret buying. And you've only got to look at people that have owned them and sold them that say, I so regret selling that bike. 4.5 years later, I still love it. It still makes me grin. I still enjoy riding it. It's still reliable. Turn the key and it starts first time. What more can you want from a bike? Thank you very much for watching. Please like, subscribe, follow, comment. Ride safe, people. Take care.